Lake Tahoe with Brett from Folk Brewing. So we're going to talk to him all about what he does and the amazing kombucha that he makes. So tell us, we get asked like every single day what kombucha is. So can you give us like the real definition of it?
Yeah, the overall term per se, they've had a lot of research. It's still in that research phase of exact definition of the product. But it is a sparkling, naturally fermented sweet tea, to where it starts out as a sweet tea process, and then through the process of a SCOBY, the symbiotic colony of bacterial yeast, it processes the caffeine molecule and the sugar molecule, creating CO2 and creating a probiotic, naturally fermented beverage.
Delicious
probiotic beverage.
Yeah,
good for you.
I appreciate that.
Yes, and so what are the health benefits of kombucha?
Kombucha has an extensive, once again, it's just at the last meetings, we were at the big meetings, there is, the whole University of Oregon is really working hard on doing all the diagnostics of it and figuring out it's pretty extensive, and they're really just starting to capture what makes up an actual SCOBY of kombucha, and that's pretty unique in itself, and every SCOBY is really unique, they've considered. But there's a lot of gluconic acid being built up in kombucha naturally from the glucose being transformed. Acetic acid is a muscle acid, and lactic acid that you're already trying to produce yourself.
Right.
That is producing in abundance, and then levels of B vitamins, they said, have gone untraceable through the roof, kind of chart-topping B vitamin levels, and that's why I think people feel a stimulant rush,
Right.
who aren't familiar with the product or drink much of it. And same thing with the acids in there being built up. It just really treats your body to a reward that you're already trying to naturally produce yourself. So it gives people that feeling of euphoric, almost like that's why it is good. It is good for you because it's giving you all these great acids to help your body develop a good probiotic strains in your body as well, which
that's the one
they're still trying to
hear about
capture
the most, right? It's like probiotics and gut health.
Yeah, gut health is a great start to life.
Right.
You start anywhere with your problems in life. It's your gut, and it's kind of that first, intelligent source of your body, almost before your brain. They're starting to study that now. But kombucha does give, the way it develops itself naturally in the whole digestion process. It creates these strands of probiotic aminos and stuff in there, which makes it a great, one of a kind beverage that is not. It's not added to. You'll see a lot of products out there on the shelf, which we have lots of kombucha drinks that are probiotic added. And that's why if kombucha is really made well, then it doesn't need anything like that. It's a great beverage, and it's an ancient wisdom too.
So now we know about kombucha. Tell us a little bit how you got started in kombucha and your kind of background.
Well, I originally, probably almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago, I got my original SCOBY culture off of a pinup board at the SNS market in Chico, and just not knowing much about it, and there was nothing out there in the industry. There was no products out there, and I just saw it on the board, SCOBY, call, So I called, and this little gypsy hippie lady showed up, probably 65, 70, and just in a little plastic bag, hands it to me, and that was the beginning of it. And I've had the same one all these years, and just being a chef, I've kept it in the fridge, and I've always been my whole countertop at home has always been dark, at that stage when you're learning, when you're being a home brewer, and I just create all these flavors I loved, and then bring cases to work to the kitchen, to the front of the house, and be like, here you guys, try them all, and then people would, someone would be, really, really intense, and just a trial and error phase, and that was just the years of being in the kitchen, just letting people try them, and then just with my fiance and then a partner, we were just having a Christmas party, and the next morning we're all eating breakfast in the morning. We're like, when are you gonna start kombucha someday? And we're like,
oh, that's good.
It's now. That was probably 6 years ago now. I'd say almost 6 years ago, and we were like, let's do this. And I had everything it took, and I had other people that I had a partner, Doug and Jenny, very interested in learning more about it, and so we got all my base stuff, and we just started doing flavors that I've always done organic stuff, just being a chef too, and just started trying new flavors and get the profiles down, and then we just went for it and decided that there needs to be a good product out there, because you see some companies that really started at the beginning, and they're still they're still really well, a couple of them are good at what they do, and they're big. But we wanted something more small batch and brewed and tasted a little better,
Yeah,
and
that was
really
going
paired
to be
with
my
food.
next question is what makes Folk different?
That's a great one. Because I focused for years of just, it pairs with food.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just that like bubbly, odd beverage that people are used to that's a little off tasting, that's good for you. We really wanted this to go with menus. And, and I've always wanted on taps everywhere I've had, and just never got to that point. So I was a chef for years and stopped the kitchen and went kombucha, And so now we make it just for that reason. And my other partner is a chef too. So we make it strictly for the reasons to really pair with fine food and delicate food and not necessarily blow your palate
not
out.
overpower.
Yeah, it's not overpowering. It's
And make it in the same restaurant phase, make it a gorgeous cocktail as well.
And you can really taste the difference. I mean, the first time that I tried it, I was like blown away.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to drink anything else now.
Really
Once
appreciate
you
it.
have Folk, like it's not yeasty, it's not vinegary, it's just so good. And your flavor pairings, I just love them.
Yeah, it took a while. It takes a while just to get the chemistry down. So kombucha is a lot of chemistry. And it seems a lot really easy to make. People say, I got that going home. But it takes a long time to really refine the flavor profiles and get it cleaned up to where it's more champagne-like and not like a fermented beer like sour beverage, which is pretty easy to do. And to get stuff like that is just, I think trial and error, of course, and then trying to see what people really like to drink too. That is going to go with great food like you ladies do. And it just works with the concepts. You were the first one that always won Evil Jungle Prince there.
That's my
It's a great one, yeah.
Brutal black pepper.
Yeah,
I love
me
that one
too.
too. People are always like, black pepper, I don't know. And I'm like, try it.
Those are the tough ones too. Like I'm always weary to put those flavors out there too. Like rhubarb. No one knows about rhubarb. And then you put pepper in there. Like, but then you get people to, and that's been the best part about the job is a little education for people out there to get them away from the soda profiles.
Yeah.
Because those aren't even taste like oranges. Those don't even taste like. They don't taste like. We're just been doing it for so long that we think that it's like our roots and culture is a real root beer.
Yeah.
But it's not what we've been programmed to create a root beer as. And so getting these flavors out there that's awesome to see reaction and and that's why we love going out there and trying to get into new facilities because it's such a learning curve still and it's such a young industry that I'm proud to be part of it because it's really it's got a lot of room to. And that's why I appreciate you ladies like being there for us and giving us a platform to show people a new way to really though it's so cool because it gives us a platform to show people other beverages. Yeah. It's cool.
Definitely. Yeah. So what's your favorite part about owning your own business?
Wow.
Other than that kind of education that we just talked about.
Yeah, that's always fun to go on because we do a lot of festivals and stuff like that too and events and beer fest and stuff like that and to show people that have never seen it, and even the family and stuff like that we have, it's so new, and people are really figuring out their gut controls their mind a little bit. And so the best part about a business like this is meeting ladies like you and all the business that we've connected with too, and getting something that I really love making. Because you're being a chef. Being a chef, and it's my own business finally too. Because being a chef, I helped a lot of people run their dreams per se, and been there a chef for them and per se. And this was something that you're not always in the fire of the kitchen for one, and I really just enjoy going out there and checking the taps and getting new flavors out there and getting something because one of the things we hear the most is like, I don't drink kombucha. Whew, it's terrible. It's
some of them out there are really kind of like, whoo.
So that was a big thing for me. Was like, we're going to do this and show people that there's slow brewed kombucha is like beautiful champagne.
It really is.
And it can be.
And you can mix it with champagne.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Yeah, but really, ever since the first day we met you, like you can just feel the passion from you. Like the way you speak about it and like your whole body, you can just really like tell how much you're into it, how much you love, the flavors and what you're doing. I think that really shows in your product as well. So.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite flavor? Because I know when people ask us what's our favorite dish, it's a really hard question to answer, but...
That's a great question. It's such a toughie for me because it's all a situation. Roots and culture is just an ancient idea right there, those blends,
Mm-hmm.
those roots for one, you know, chicory, sarsaparilla, licorice, burdock, astragalus, and all of everything we do. And you just don't find drinks out there like that.
No, you really
They're
don't.
really,
So
like I would love to just bottle up rhubarb black pepper for that reason.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna find rhubarb black pepper out there? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, so that's why I love. It's a good question. You think?
No, they're all good. It's really hard.
I gotta say, roots and culture is one of my favorites
yeah.
because of the depth of the beverage.
Mhm.
But it's all where you need to be that day too. Because I think some of them take me places. You know, like Tour de Flore can really just bring me out. You know, and get me going like, wow.
Like a scent can bring back a memory.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And roots just as I like to be grounded. You know, it's a grounding beverage.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. So what's the future of Folk? Where do you see the company?
To be consistent is my whole thing. Anything I've done with food or whatever it may be, consistency makes a business. You know, and to not get as much as people want us to get bigger and faster and better. You know, we haven't jumped into bottling, although people want us in bottles for the last 4 years. You know, we wish we could, but there's an industry out there. You really got to do it right.
Yeah.
And you see, and that might be some of the problems. Some of these kombuchas out there is the bottle industry and the handling, why they get funny in the bottle and stuff. And the future of Folk is going to have to be that because of portability. But where we really want to focus on just doing artisan small batch kombucha on an elevated scale, not a blown up industrial scale. Because we're going to take everything's still going to be small batch. It'll just be increased in that exact same scale. Because we don't want to do like swimming pools full of kombucha.
Right.
You know?
Right.
We're going to do stuff that we can really maintain the perfection of it. And slow brewing is not, it's really different from these other per se companies out there that are doing these just bulk wash of kombucha, where the slow brewing is just it's a fun way to make the product, but it's manual. It's a lot of work. And that's what people don't want to do. And I like doing it because it shows in the product and the effort, instead of just like opening up valves and pouring truckloads of stuff in. And it's really controlling what you're doing and tasting every little step of it.
But you're able to get it at some growler-filled places. I don't know what's the one that.
The brand new one is Growler, guys. You just
Growler,
opened it up.
guys.
But yeah, the Growler stations are coming to Nevada. They're definitely coming, and it's a must because we all need to alleviate the bottles. But
Yeah.
it's creating portability. It's not the same because some beers and kombuchas, the Growler is opening all the time.
Yeah.
And it's good, but inevitably we can always meet demands out there right now. But I don't want to get to the point where I'm, not keeping up with people's needs and stuff like that. And that's what I think we're gonna grow inevitably because we love to and I want it. Our flavor profiles, we've already got 20. So I think we're good. Yeah. So we're basically just trying to refine it and get into the best, like your location is just the greatest people, the greatest food. And not try to be an industry product like that.
Yeah.
Because we're really about our community and the local. We're Lake Tahoe water, all organic stuff. So we're not ever going to try to change that.
It's so special.
It is, and it translates to Reno. And I think just the Lake Tahoe water is a vibration in itself.
Yeah,
That-
it is.
Yeah, it's a treat.
For sure.
Thanks.
I love that. I love that you want to expand, but without sacrificing.
Yeah, it's not
your
easy.
company or your product.
Yeah, and
I think
we've
some
already
people
had.
don't think about that.
Yeah, we've already had a bunch of people trying to get us bigger, faster, but it's just how you're going to do it properly and keep it, really controlled. And I'm the one I do it all, so I want to make sure that it's exactly what we're doing, and everything. People say it's tasted this way for years, they got bigger and it tastes weird now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not going to happen like that. We're just going to keep it more of a controlled, personal, private business until we get into, I guess, bottling, because we love doing the kegs, and I think we were one of the first people out there. We even beat some of the big ones,
Yeah.
We were the first keggers out there to do keg on tap. And people just haven't seen it, and now they're starting to go, wow, that's really a cool way to sell kombucha.
For the restaurant, it's great.
It's beautiful. Yeah, and
So easy
it doesn't
for
get you
us.
stacking bottles and throwing bottles away. And it's a concept that we're going to stick with, for that, because it keeps us, we'll always keep our local dynamics here. But distribution might come into play eventually and get us to, because we get so much demand for Sacramento, San Francisco,
Yeah.
and Vegas right now. So we're just got to figure out how to do that properly.
Yes, they're jealous because we have the best kombucha.
They should be.
Last question for you today that we ask all of our vendors is, how do you like your eggs?
Ooh, that's a good one. As a young kid, I grew up learning how to baste an egg. But that was one of my first favorite ways, lightly steamed and baste it on top. But I hate to say this, it sounds really weird, but I know I've seen it internationally, but I just started doing it. Have you ever just dropped an egg in a deep fryer?
I have not. What?
Wow.
It just makes this like shadowy web.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
And then the
It's like
sorry. It's
tell
really
it's
evil. It's really bad, but it is one of the craziest ways the egg tastes different. It just it blows up like a balloon and it's all like a web.
Oh, wow.
And the yolk stays in the center, and you can put it up on something. It's really pretty.
That
It is
probably
crazy
looks cool.
seeming, but to deep fry a whole egg like that is so good.
Okay, we're
Try
gonna
it.
have to go try
It's
that.
probably not the best for your body, but I just did it once, and I love eggs. I
Okay.
really love eggs, and I've done them all different ways, and but there's nothing quite like that deep fried egg. It tastes different.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Well, thanks so much for
Yeah,
talking
thanks
with
for
us.
you ladies. Thanks
Brett.
for supporting Folk
Yeah,
too.
oh, of
We-
course.
we love you and we need you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the love.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.